Hey, 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 going out there in Atlanta, James Jordan, Best Networker Live. Just coming to you today with this quick video in this training of how to build confidence in power, right? How to have confidence in power, right? Not just build it, but have it and be able to tap into it at any point in time. You see, my friend, I want you to know and understand that you're going to walk away from this training being a more confident and a more stronger individual mentally, physically, and emotionally, right? Because that is how you're going to have the ability to literally tap into being a confident person and stepping into your power and being able to attract quality, like-minded people who are open and ready and willing to go out and join your business. You see, I started this topic about how to build, about how to have, I keep saying build because the reality situation is you have to build up confidence and you have to build up your power. You have to learn how to tap into it, right? So I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of concepts that'll really enlighten you to really be able to start breaking through. And I'm sitting here as you guys heard the playback because I had to make sure that the link was live and that you can hear me and whatnot and everything. So I'm glad that everything is working. I'm glad that you can see exactly what's going on. I'm glad that you can hear every single word that's coming out of my mouth because I'm literally going to show you how I went from being this scared little boy, coming out of high school, not having a lot of friends, not having the ability to really step out and socialize with people and being more of an introvert, to being able to walk up to any person and have a conversation with them regardless of where their background is from, whether they're a homeless person on the street or whether they're a multimillionaire or whether they're a billionaire. Like I literally have the guts, right, so to speak, to be able to walk up to them and start having a conversation. But that also gives me the ability to demonstrate my knowledge and my value to people over the internet, which draws them to me, right? Because a lot of people, for example, a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people are afraid of literally getting on camera and talking, right? Even though they do it every single day, right? Even though they get in front of people and they talk in front of people every single day at their job or to their spouse or to their kids or whatever, right? But they're scared to hop on a video camera, right? And shoot a video and record something, right? And then put it on YouTube or something like that. Never mind it being live, right? Never mind it being live. You see, my friend, you got to learn how to stop buying your own bullshit and stop buying your own excuses about why you can't do anything, right? Like, for example, I've been sick all day, right? Like, I've literally been sick all day. And, and you know what the funny thing is? I was coughing and sneezing and all this other crap, right? But I still found a way, right? I still found a way to manage and be able to still hop on this hangout. I wasn't going to allow anything, and I mean anything, to stop me from hosting this live training because I knew the importance of the training. I knew the importance of giving you the value. I knew the importance of giving you the keys to the kingdom, giving you the keys to your kingdom, right? Literally handing you the keys to open the door to prosperity and abundance and start bringing in a boatload, right? Or more like a yacht, a super yacht filled of customers, new distributors, right? Commissions flooding into your inbox, right? These are different things that are going to happen to you. These are different things that are going to literally happen to you, right? That you only imagined before and that you thought was like super difficult, right? And I want you to know and understand that this is possible. Okay, this is possible. You see, the purpose of this training originally was to really just show you how to start bringing in 5 people per day into your business, new customers or people joining your team, depending on whether you're an affiliate marketer and just market products, or you're a network marketer, you're a distributor, you're looking to build a team, you're looking to build an organization, and you're looking to create duplication, right? I wanted to share with you a couple of different techniques and strategies that you could go out and start using in your business right now, today, immediately after getting off this training, that's really going to allow you to go out and start producing at a massive level. But if you don't have the confidence, right, to step into your power, none of the stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight will get you results, my friends. And you see, that's what I wanted you to know and understand. Now, just give me a quick second. Let me get a quick drink of water. That was really good. All right, guys, I'm back now. You see, one of the most important things for you to be able to step into your power and be confident all the time is to have your mind right, right? So one of the most important things that I do every single day is I hydrate, right? I hydrate and I hydrate and I hydrate and I hydrate. Now, here's why I hydrate, okay? Water, our bodies are 75% made up of water. Now, you've probably heard this before. You're probably saying to yourself and kicking yourself in your own ass that you already know this, right? But yet, you probably drink more soda, consume more sugary products and stuff like that than water during your day. You probably drink a lot of coffee, right? But you probably drink more coffee than water, which is definitely a bad habit. It's something that I had to get rid of. Like, I literally have, like, this used to be like for like flowers and stuff, and I just washed it out one day, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to make sure I drink at least like 4 or 5 of these every single day full of water. So you definitely want to hydrate yourself because you want to be in top peak state of mind, right? Now, how is it that I have the confidence, right, and the power to be able to just express myself freely and openly on a live training, knowing that I have people watching, knowing that, people are literally watching my hand movements, my gestures, my tonality and my voice, right? Literally listening to how low I speak or how boastful I am, right? How do I have the ability to display that I have confidence and power in myself? Well, it really just comes from personal development, guys. Personal development. You know, some of the things that I do on a daily basis are so simple that you probably say, oh, I do those, but you probably don't do them daily. You see, one thing that I realize is that, okay, if I want to go out and make $10 million, right, I'm going to go out and talk to someone who's made $10 million. If I want to go out and make $1 million a year, I'm going to go out and talk to someone who's made $1 million in a year. If I want to go out and learn from someone who's making $100,000 a month, right, I'm going to go learn from that person that's making $100,000 a month. And one thing that I realized from literally tapping into my mentors and people that I paid for one-on-one coaching, for products that I bought over the internet, for live events that I went to, I literally watch people who are in the position that I want to be in like a freaking hawk, right? Like modeling, right? Modeling is important, and that's my point that I want to really emphasize to you, right? You guys see that I'm doing a live Google Hangout. I don't care if you don't even know how to put one together. Do one within the next 24 hours and literally see how your confidence and your power is going to rise, because the reality of the situation is you don't have to be an expert, right? You just need to know more than the person that's watching the video. Now, don't get me wrong. I've put in years of time and training and knowledge, and I've spent over $30,000 on my personal marketing education, between hiring multimillionaires, between buying courses and books on sales psychology, neuro-linguistic programming, right, going out to live events, right, just doing the whole damn thing, which is where you have to get. You have to get to a point where you are super, super confident in your belief level that you're going to make this work, because that's what causes you to get out to an event no matter what. That's what causes you to get out to live events and do the things that you need to do to get out there no matter what. I remember when I literally slept in a car after a 5-hour drive from up here in Connecticut to Maryland for a live event the next day, right? It took me about 5.5 hours maybe, and I literally started driving maybe at like 11, 12 o'clock at night. So I literally was only going to get a few hours of sleep, but I made sure that I drove out to this event because 2 multi-millionaire mentors of mine that I had known for quite some time was going to be there. Because the desire to get there was stronger than any and everything else that was in my way, I just eliminated all of the excuses and I did what I had to do to get out to that live event. That's why events are powerful, because I made some absolutely phenomenal relationships from going out to that live event, and that's why I preach to my current team members on my team, get out to our live events, guys, because it's going to change you. You're going to have a breakthrough. Like, you literally have to sit your ass down, right? Sit your ass down in the chair until you pop up and have your breakthrough. That's when you pop. That's when you get up. That's when you start awakening. That's when you start connecting with the movers and the shakers inside of your company or inside of your affiliate program, et cetera, and they start seeing that look in your eyes, that you're hungry and that you're motivated, and that you're going to do whatever it takes to go out and get the results that you seek in your business, right? So, literally learning how to break through, right? Well, you can't break through by sitting in your house all day. That's just a reality situation. You got to create a pattern interrupt, and one of the fastest, most powerful ways to create a transformation within yourself is to get around other people who are in the position that you want to be in, and quiz them, ask them questions, interview them, take a photo with them, get some of that energy, and your life, change your life. The reason you want to know why I'm so confident, right? I mean, personal development is key, but getting out to events is what cements everything, right? It's like when they're redoing sidewalks, right? You know how it's all hard and everything and whatnot. You know how it's all rough and stuff until they get like that. That little, I don't even know what the damn name of it is, but that thing that evens everything out. Getting out to a live event is like the smooth over after they lay the concrete for the new sidewalk, right? That is what live events do to you. Personal development is essential. You want to build confidence. You want to be able to step into your power like that, right? When you're talking to a prospect over the phone and you want to close them, right? You want to get rid of all the excuses that they give you about why they can't buy, why they have to put it off, why they have to talk to the spouse, et cetera, et cetera. Or maybe you're talking to people through email and you want to be able to literally tap into their emotions that causes them to pull out their credit card and buy, right? By just writing a couple words via email. It's all possible. It's all easy. And that's what you have to know and understand is that you have to first see it happening in your mind. You have to see it happening in your mind for it to be produced. Okay? So one of the things I want to talk about is your speech, your verbal programming, what it is that you actually say to yourself. It's one of the most powerful things. And here's one thing I want to tell you guys. I'm going to be giving you a lot of information in a very short period of time. If you're anything like me, you have a very short attention span. So what it is when I'm in the zone, when I am locked in, I will give you everything that you require to go out and hit your goals, right, in a very short period of time. But the one thing I can tell you is that you will get this information very fast, and you definitely want to watch this training 3 to 7 times. Now, for those of you that are watching this live, you knew that I gave you guys a quick tip, a quick bonus for you, which is that if you shared this on your wall, if you shared the Facebook event on your wall, that you were going to get access to the live training. Because if you're watching this on a recording, you paid for this, right? Like you literally paid for this because I am turning this training into a product, right? Now, what did I do there, right? Well, first off, we're talking about confidence and power, but I also want to mix in some marketing for you, because when you learn how to market, when you learn how to create viral sustainability, right? And I want to talk about that really briefly, right? When I learned this, I was literally sitting in my mother's house, with 3 kids to feed and no job, and I had got plugged into Empower Network, and I had bought this product called the Costa Rica Mastermind. And in the second video, it was a video called Viral Sustainability, and I watched one of my mentors, David Wood, multimillionaire, in this space, the creator of Empower Network. And, I've known David for years. I knew him, way before he ever had created Empower Network. Me, him, and, a couple other people one time were sitting there on this drive from Stockton, California to Sacramento to go do a meeting at a restaurant, right? We were still doing a lot of stuff offline, right? Like we literally took I think it was like an hour and a half drive. It was pitch black, right? It was pitch black and you could barely see besides where the headlights were going. And this was in California. In California, there's like long passageways where you don't see anything and it's dark. And to most people, that would be scary. And it's kind of like that in your business, right? It's kind of like that in your business. And it was like that for me too. And then I got my hands on the Costa Rica Mastermind and watched the viral sustainability part of the viral sustainability training inside of the Costa Rica Mastermind course. And it just totally changed the way that I looked at marketing over the internet and, giving away value and creating that sustainability, creating the ability to have people creating the ability to have people sharing your stuff, right? So I sat there and what did I do tonight, right? I gave you a bonus. Now here's the thing I want to talk about with bonuses really, really quick, okay? You see, you don't want to get in the habit of giving bonuses away all the time, right? Because what happens is then people join you for the bonuses, in your primary business or, in your coaching program or whatever, but then they never do anything because the whole reason that they got started was the bonus, right? Now, for those of you that are on this live, right, you really wanted to get access to this training. You really wanted to know how to tap into your power and how to tap into your confidence, because here's the reality of the situation. If you're not where you want to be in your business, right? There's probably a huge self-esteem problem that you have in your business, whether it's the way that you feel about yourself, the way that you feel about your knowledge and your value and what you can give to the marketplace, or whether or not you feel that you deserve to get rich, right? One of my millionaire mentors, Lawrence Tam, he speaks about, I had a conversation with him one day. I was on the phone with him. He had reached out to me and we were talking, and I was talking to him about upselling, my current customers and stuff like that, right? And some people will say, oh, don't use the word upselling. You know what? I'm a sales guy. I've been in sales my whole life. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all selling some shit. And the moment that you sit there and admit that to yourself, right? The moment that you sit there and admit that to yourself, because even though you're selling products and services, right? You're really just selling you. You're really just selling your energy. And if you can't tap into your confidence and really tap into your power, guess what? You can't sell anything because it starts with you first place. You want to know why there's people in your company that are producing and you're not producing? It's because of their self-esteem. It's because of their self-view. It's because of the way that they view themselves. It's because of their self-image that allows them to produce. Because you cannot outperform your self-image. So if you think you're a loser when it comes to internet marketing, if you think you're a loser when it comes to building a team, if you think you're a loser when it comes to being a leader in your business, guess what? You're going to be a loser, right, in those areas. Now, you may be a great dad. You may be a great person at your job. You may be a great mother, right? You may be a great basketball player, or you may be a great poker player, or you may be great at knitting or whatever. But when it comes to tapping into that greatness, tapping into that power, tapping into that confidence, when it comes to internet marketing, traffic and lead generation, getting someone to take it in action, right? Literally having them awaken from their slumber, awaken from their sleep of their bullshit and their excuses, and they take immediate action, right? You don't have confidence in that area, right? But give me a quick second, guys. I want to get a drink of water. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate your patience. I've been, like I said, today was an epically powerful day for me because I was feeling under the weather, and everything, and I mean everything was talking to me. You know that self-talk that you have, right? Let's just talk about self-talk really quick. Let's talk about all those negative things that you have that's sitting there speaking to you, telling you, not to build your business, not to go through training, not to pull out your credit card and buy something that you need and that you require, right? The training, the mentorship, the knowledge, the value that you require to go out and take that next step, right? Because that's what happens with a lot of people. I mean, I talk to people every single day on Facebook. I don't talk to people on the phone anymore before they join my business. It's very, very rare. I typically have people go through a whole entire process beforehand, where they watch several videos. They probably filled out an application. If I ever were to, get on the phone and actually talk with them before they pull out their credit card and buy, that's just a reality of the situation, right? And the reason why is because I have learned quite enough to be able to go out and build business, without picking up the phone. It was something that I prided myself in. I hired a multimillionaire a few years back, just to help me with my closing and prospecting. So it was a big deal. It was a big mental change, right, in my mind to even sit there and acknowledge that it was possible to get people to pull out their credit cards and buy without me having to be involved in the process in the sense of me needing to be on the phone, hovering over them, answering all of their objections. Once I learned that I could do that in an automated fashion, in an automated way, it just totally changed my perspective. I had a paradigm shift, right? I had a paradigm shift that really just allowed me to tap into my being, tap into my power. And once I saw myself doing this, right? Once I saw myself literally having someone sign up in my business, right, before ever talking to them, it magically happened. You guys caught me wiping my nose at the end right there, but it magically started to happen, right? But here's why I want to talk about your self-image, right? When I first got started in internet marketing, I started to build a brand, and I started to call myself the best networker alive, right? There was a lot of kickback from it. Now a lot of it was good, right? But there was a couple people who literally was just hating on my parade, right? Telling me not to say it, telling me not to call it, just say, maybe you need to take it back a little bit, and you're putting a big bullseye on your back, all this other stuff. And I just thought it was genius to call yourself the best. I feel that whenever I tap into my power, whenever I have that confidence, right, I am the best at anything that I'm doing at any point in time, and that is exactly how I feel and how I think whenever I'm doing something, right? Because the reality situation is, if you feel that you're posting on Facebook, for example, right, and you're writing a post, and you feel that it's not going to resonate, and people aren't going to like it, and people aren't going to share it, and people aren't going to comment on it, right, guess what? The words that you use are going to be absolutely crappy, because your vibrational frequency is going to be so low that it's going to attract low people. So even if someone likes it, even if someone shares it, it's not going to be someone who, when you actually talk to them and connect with them, are of like mind, is an entrepreneurial spirited, and is open and ready and willing to join your business after you do a couple of things, which is, just build some rapport, just build some connection, some very, very simple things. Like for example, think about this, right? Let's say you were just in a relationship, right? Let's say you were just in a relationship. You're in a long relationship, right? And that relationship was good and bad and ugly, right? And let's be honest, right? Let's say both of you just were at an absolutely crappy place towards each other, and you just split. Now, regardless of how you felt about that relationship, you're probably still in a state of not being as confident as you want to be, right? But how is it that you can just go like this, right? 1, 2, 3, right? And just tap into that ultimate powerful being that you are, to attract the person that you require in your life to live the rest of your life happy and lucky, right? And to feel blessed that you have this person in your life, right? What type of zone do you have to be in? What type of zone do you have to be thinking about? What type of things do you have to be thinking about in order to be able to attract that quality person, right, into your life, into your reality? You see, because if you sit there and you ask a woman, 9 times out of 10, if they're married, right, if you ask a woman, right, when they saw their husband, did they see themselves marrying them? They'll say yeah, right? They'll say yeah. And why is that? Well, because women are very intuitive and women are very visual, right? They can see that. They can tap into that. Now, the reason why I say that is because visualization is one of the most important things that you can do, right, when it comes to your business. Now here's the one thing I want to talk about, because I want to talk about the law of attraction really quick, because a lot of people think it's this airy fairy bullshit, and they don't know or understand how it works, right? Now, here's what the law of attraction isn't, okay? It's not, all right, I'm going to dream about driving around in an Audi R8, a red Audi R8, right? And the license plate is going to say, I'm rich, right? I'm wealthy, right? No, the license plate is literally going to be I'm wealthy, right? And I'm just going to sit there, and I'm going to imagine driving it all day, every day, and I'm just going to sit around and sit on my ass and just imagine just me driving this car, and then magically it's going to happen. No, that's not how the law of attraction works, right? Here's how the law of attraction works in the simplest form that I can give you, and it's so simple that I used to overcomplicate it as well. All right. Number one. Number one. Think about what you desire. Think about what you desire. I'll sit here and take a quick second, take a good, 10, 15 seconds to really hone in on what you want in your life. Do you want to have financial freedom? What does financial freedom look like, right? What does financial freedom look like? Is it $10,000 a month to you, that financial freedom? Is it only just, $500 to $8,000 a month so that you can quit your job, right? Is that financial freedom? Or is it, getting into six figures a year, 10,000 plus a month, 120K a year? Is that financial freedom? Or is it $1,000 a month per year? Is that considered financial freedom? That's $1.2 million a year. Or is it, $500,000 a month, right? Which is, what is it? What's that? $6 million? I believe that's $6 million a year, right? Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. What is it that you want and that you seek? Do you just want to be able to spend time with your family all the time? Do you want to have the ability to travel, for not just once a year, but having the ability to take 4 to 6 to 8 vacations a year? Imagine having that ability, right? What is it that you ultimately want? Think about that. Get as clear as you specifically can, in your mind about, just one thing that you want in your life that you want to experience, right? Now that's important, right? Knowing what you want is important. Knowing what you want is the biggest key, I would say, in when it comes to incorporating the law of attraction, right? In incorporating the law of attraction. Now, number two, right? Number two is the feeling. The feeling. So you got to learn how to tap into the feeling, right, of getting what you want. Like if you notice when you were watching the videos for the promotion of this live hangout, right? When you were watching the video for the promotion of this live hangout, I was talking about tapping into the feeling of being confident, tapping into the feeling, right, of stepping into your power and being able to demonstrate that through video, through Facebook, through Twitter, right, through email, things like that. Having the ability to display that confidence and that power so that you can attract confident and powerful people back to you that plug in, take action, pull out their credit cards, and buy from you, and join your business, your services, and things of this nature, right? Tap into the feeling. So think about this for a second. If your goal is $10,000 a month, right? If your goal is $10,000 a month, for example, close your eyes. Close your eyes for a second. I don't care what's going on in the room. I don't care what distractions are around you, but focus on the words that are coming out of my mouth that are vibrating through your microphone into your ears and into your brain, and focus on what it is that I have to share with you. It's going to be very powerful. Just say, for example purposes, that your income goal is $10,000 a month. All right. Now maybe more. If it's $20,000, if it's $30,000, if it's $100,000, right? If it's $500,000 a month, think about that for a second. Actually, think about that for the next, I would say, for the next 30 seconds. Because this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a quick exercise. So let's do that now. Focus on your income goal, your monthly income goal that will represent financial freedom to you. Do that for the next 30 seconds. And think about how that feels. Think about how you would feel seeing that income amount, whether it's 10,000, whether it's 30,000, whether it's 50,000, whether it's 100,000, whether it's $500,000 a month. Imagine seeing that on your bank statement. Imagine being able to go on your laptop or your desktop or your phone and log in to see your bank balance and seeing that amount in your bank balance. How would that make you feel? Would you be grinning ear to ear, right? Would you be happy? Would you feel fulfilled? Would you feel that you have no worries in the world? Would you feel that you can do what you want when you want at any point in time, right? Tap into that. Think about that. Tap into that feeling. Now, you've probably opened your eyes already, right? But I want you to sit there and think about that feeling for a second. Tap into the feeling. Tap into the emotion. Tap into, how you would act, right? How you would walk, how you would talk as you are already experiencing this goal. And think about that. Hover over it. Emotionalize it. Literally think about how your body would operate, right? As you would be making 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, or 50,000, 100,000, or $500,000 a month, right? Think about that for a second. You see, that's very powerful, right? Because being able to tap into the feeling is how you create it, right? Because if you think that you can't go out and reach $10,000, for example, in a month, right? And you don't tap into that feeling of ever experiencing it, right? Of just sitting there and closing your eyes and imagining seeing that $10,000 balance in your bank account, for example, or 100,000 or whatever, right? Or 500,000, right? If you can't sit there and imagine that and emotionalize it to where you can tap into the feeling, you'll never get it, right? So that's why it starts in the mind, the law of attraction, right? That's number two when it comes to the law of attraction, right? Now number three is very important, and it's almost so easy that most people don't do it. And part three in the law of attraction, right? Because there's only 3 steps, my friends. It's only 3 steps. Is go about and live your life normally, right? So do the things that you would do every single day. Do the things that you want to do to get to where you want to go, but don't focus on the manifestation of what it is that you desire in your life, right? Because if you sit there and let's say your goal is to go out and hit $500,000 a month, right? And let's say tomorrow you go out and you make $500 or you make $1,000, you're not on goal, right, to hit $500,000 in a single month, right? Because in order to do that, let's just pull up the calculator, because you want to quantify things, right? So let's say the goal is $500,000 a month. I'm going to divide that by 30, by let's say 31 days, and that is, in order to hit $500,000 a month, you would require to make $16,129.04 a day, right? So $16,129.04 a day in order to hit your goal. Now, here's what most people do when trying to use the law of attraction, and it ends up back spiraling and going in the opposite direction that they don't want it to go, right? Here's what you probably do. Let's say you have a goal, right? Like let's say your goal, let's talk about leads for a second, right? Oh, my goal is to get, 100 leads a day. And you go out and you do a little bit of marketing, right? You do a little bit of marketing. You're not even 90 days into honing in on whatever marketing strategy that you have decided to focus on, right? Right? Here trying to figure things out, and you see that you only have like 2 leads that day, right? And instead of being thankful for those 2 new people who decided to openly connect with you, right? You're sitting there beating yourself up. You're just beating yourself. Oh, I only got 2 leads. That's 98 off of my goal, and blah 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 blah, right? All that is negative talk, right? Negative self-talk that's just hurting your self-image, which is only going to allow you to attract more crap into your life because you feel that that's the only thing that you want, because that's the only thing that you're focusing on. That's what you're speaking into existence. But if you sit here saying to yourself, oh, wow, I've generated 2 leads today, right? I only require 50 times that in order to go out and hit my goal. That's awesome. So I'm 49 times closer to my goal, right? Versus being 50 times closer, right? So, it's different things that you can say to yourself and different ways that you can spin things in order to be able to attract the results. You know what I mean? Like sitting here saying to yourself, I was talking about how you have the ability, right? After start implementing confidence and power into your marketing, into your life, into your business, how you can go out and start bringing in 5 people a day. Now, most people say 5 people is hard, right? Oh, 5 is hard because you're focusing on the past. You're focusing on the past. In the present moment, sponsoring 5 people a day, bringing in 5 new customers a day to purchase any products or services from you, right? To join your team in any multi-level network marketing company, direct sales company that you're in, is easy. What if I told you that, right? Would you just instantly dismiss it and say to yourself it's hard? Well, here's the reality of the situation. Because those are the words that you are speaking, your mind, your reticular activating system is literally going to attract situations where it's hard for you to go out and sponsor 5 people in a day. Now, if you start telling yourself, even if you don't believe it, even if you don't believe it yet, that sponsoring 5 people a day is easy, what happens is you'll go out and you'll start sponsoring 1 person a day, right? Then you'll go out and start sponsoring 2 people a day. Then you go out and start sponsoring 3 people a day. Then you go out and start sponsoring 4 people a day. And then somehow, some way, you have your first 5-person new member day, and you sit back and you look at all the times and all that work that you did, and then how easy it was to go out and hit that goal, right? Because that's what happened with me. Anytime I hit a goal or a milestone that I was sitting there thinking was so impossible, right? It started in my mind with the desire that it was going to happen no matter what. I sat there and I said to myself, oh, I'm going to go out and generate 100 leads in a day, right? And I went out and I did it, and it was one of the easiest things I've ever done in my life, right? As far as marketing goes, it was one of the easiest things that I ever did. It was like push button marketing, vending machine marketing in my business that literally allowed me to go out and generate 100 leads in a day. And then I superseded that. I generated like 120 leads in a day, and then I generated like 150 leads in a day. So it's like you got to sit here and you got to know and understand that it all starts with your mind. It all starts with the way that you think. It all starts with the words that you speak, right? One of my mentors and one of my trainers that I learned from is Kim Hicks. She's very potent on the law of attraction. I was watching one of her trainings today, and it just totally blew my mind how 17 seconds of focus and thought can start to build up momentum, and a complete 68 seconds of focus and thought can really establish some strong momentum in whatever it is that you're thinking and that you want to attract, right? So it's like you gotta know and understand that this isn't a game, this is real, and it's your life. Now, how is it, right? Because I want to talk about this really quick. I want to talk about this. How is it that you tap into that winning feeling? Think about a time in your life where you've won something, maybe a spelling bee, maybe a bike riding contest. You may have gotten and played a basketball game, outside, or played kickball, or you're playing baseball, or you were playing some kind of sport and you won something, or you beat someone in practice, right? Or maybe you aced the test and you got 100% on the test, or you had the highest scores in the test when you were in high school, or you were in college, or something like that. But at some point in time in your life, you've won something, right? Tap into that. Think about that time at a moment, right? Think about that when you won, right? Think about the first time you got someone to join the business. Think about the first time you sold something, whether it was a job or whether it was in your business, right? Think about the first time that you literally had someone say no and turn it into a yes, right? Whether you were asking them to wash the dishes or take out the garbage or something like that. Think about a time where you persuaded someone. Think about a time where you persuaded someone to do something that they didn't want to do until you influenced them to do it, right? Think about that. You see, by having that ability to tap into that winning feeling, you'll create more wins in your life. A great book that I recommend for you, Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. I think that's his last name, but Psycho-Cybernetics is the book, right? Powerful book. Talks about the self-image. Talks about how to tap into that winning feeling. Talks about how to use failure to create success in your life, right? Talks about, it really breaks down the reticular activating system in a way that makes it so easy to understand that anyone can go out and start producing as soon as they finish reading that book. You know what I mean? Like, I had my first $1,000 day, like literally within 2 weeks of reading that book. And it's because I changed my self-image, right? Like, lately, what I've been personally doing, right? What I've been personally doing is I've been tapping into the feeling of having $10,000 days, right? Now, so for some of you that are watching this video right now, that may be mind-blowing, that may be mind-numbing, but I tap into the feeling every day of imagining having $10,000 days, right? Now, not just one day, right? Not just one day, but 2 days and 3 days and 4 days and 5 days, to a point where it becomes every day. Like, I literally tap into that feeling, right? And I know and understand that I have to have a high level of confidence, a high level of ability in order to attract that result, right? But first, I'm tapping into the feeling, because it has to start here before it ever manifests in the physical world, right? And I tap into that feeling, and then I go about my day. I go about my business. I market my business. I connect with new people every single day. I email my list. I give value. I give value on my Facebook wall. I give incentives for people to do things like share my content and things of this nature. Because for those of you that are watching this, and for those of you that decided to share this live training, right? And if you haven't shared it yet, you can share it right now on your live wall. You can literally take the link below the video. There's a Facebook button. You can click that Facebook button, and that literally is going to give you the ability to share this live training, right? So once you do that, you'll be able to have the ability to get access to the recording for free. Because for those of you that shared it already, I told you that this product is going to be launched later and it's going to be sold. And for those of you that are watching this and you're a customer already, you're proven that this works. You're proven that people buy things over the internet, right? See, a lot of people seem to think that they have to be some gargantuan expert who's gone out and made, $10 million already. And the reality of the situation is, you can create an info product about how you created your first sale, right? And target people who have never made any money online, never made any money in a network marketing company or business, and go out and sell that training. And you can sell that training for any amount that you want to. Now, the reality of the situation is, a lot of people, it's a hassle to put together a product. It really is, right? You got to put together a sales page. You got to actually create the content. There's a lot of things that go into it, and it can be very frustrating, right? And in my model, in my business, I don't do too much info product creation nowadays, because I use systems and I use points of leverage in order to go out and build and grow my business. For example, instead of creating my own system and doing all this crazy testing and all this other crap, right, which is time consuming and very expensive, I just decided that I would market and promote something that was already converting, so that anyone that I connected with, right, who wanted to make money right away could do it right away by tapping into what it is that I was sharing and doing with them. And that's why I'm a part of Empower Network, and that's why I joined the Just Get Money team, right? And for those of you that I've probably talked to a little bit about Empower Network and whatnot, if you're on this training, you're on this hangout, this is only the tip of the iceberg, right? So you can literally go below this video right now. You can go below this video right now and click the link. It says, yes, let me in, right, if you're on this page. And you can literally tap into Empower Network, join the Just Get Money team, become a part of my team, right? We can lock arms, join forces. We can get focused and clear on exactly what it is that you're looking to do to go out and grow your business and create massive results, my friend. So listen, that is how you can literally have someone who's on the edge of the seat and really don't know what to do, and then push them over, right? Because at the end of the day, what you're looking to do is you're really looking to influence people. You're really looking to have someone awaken, right? You're looking for someone to awaken in their life, in their business, and they won't do that if they keep doing the same things that they do over and over again every single day, that lead fulfilled, where they don't have an abundant and prosperous life, where they're doing the things that they want to do versus doing the things that they have to do every single day, right? Like working 9 to 5, when ultimately what they really want to do is they want to travel, or they want to give back to a charity, or they want to start a foundation. They want to go out and help people in third world countries, et cetera, et cetera. They want to help people in their own country, right? A lot of people just want to help people in their own country, want to help people in their own neighborhood, go out and grow and build, right? And you got to learn how to first start with you. First start with you, right? So by literally doing all the things that I've really shown you and shared with you, so far in this hangout, I really taught you how to really tap into your confidence and tap into your power. Like I said, Psycho Cybernetics is a great book. You definitely want to read it ASAP. I've broken down the law of attraction, right? Now I want to talk a little bit about marketing and talk about the law of averages, right? You see, the reason why you're probably struggling in your business right now is because you don't have an abundance of leads. You don't have a nonstop, ever flowing amount of people flooding your autoresponders every single day, right? Because you want to be building a list. If you're not building a list right now, you're just sending traffic to your company website, and you're sitting here and you may have a conversation with me and say, James, but I have their name, their email address, and their phone number. I can call them anytime. All it takes is for your account to get shut down, suspended, or the site to go down or whatever, and you don't have their contact info. So you always want to have an autoresponder. You always want to be building your own list. I don't care what it is that you are marketing and promoting. That's number one. Number two, right? You gotta learn how to tell your story, right? Tell your story. When I first got started in network marketing, for example, I was I you know I was just I was green. I was green. I did everything my upline had told me to do. I was talking to my friends and family. I was talking to my coworkers, right? And I even ended up buying leads because I did everything that my upline told me to do, and I just wasn't getting the results that I wanted. I had poured in, over $5,000 into my business, and all I had to show for that was like a $450 check. So obviously, I was in the red, right? I was in the red, and I was frustrated. I was angry. I was pissed off. I wasn't blaming anybody because at the end of the day, even at 19 years old, first getting started in this industry, I knew, I knew and understood that I was responsible for my success, and I stopped blaming other people. So I don't care where you're at in your life. Stop blaming other people for where you're at. Start blaming the only person that's responsible is you. My dad, and I don't have the greatest relationship with my dad. I'll just be honest, open, and transparent right now. And I'm usually the one that's giving him advice. Uh, we had a little bit of a spat, a little bit of a phone battle, right, so to speak. Over the phone this past Sunday, my mom got married that day. Mom got remarried that day. It wasn't a coincidence that we had a fight that day. Now I'm sitting here thinking about it, right? But he said something to me that was very powerful. He was like, who's the one person, no matter where you're at, that you're always around? And here I was thinking that he was talking about somebody else. And he said, you. You're always around you, no matter what environment you're in, no matter where you're at. And it really hit me because this is coming from someone who typically doesn't give me advice because I'm usually the one giving him advice, because he's had a lot of problems in his life and whatnot, just like we all have. But, he said that to me. He said, you are the only person in any environment that you're ever in. And I was like, huh. And it just made me do some internal reflection and realize that I'm always responsible for my results. I'm always responsible for anything that happens in my life, whether it's positive, whether it's negative. And a big part of that, and I'm glad that he said it to me because it reminded me of something that I learned about Ho'oponopono, which is a spiritual, it's like a spiritual belief. Joe Vitale, who was in The Secret, the movie The Secret, he wrote this book called Zero Limits. With this doctor, I don't remember the doctor's name, but it's a great book. Zero Limits is a great book. You could go out and read that too. And there's these four phrases that really allow you to tap into that zero state, which allows you to really get in touch with divinity, like right now, right? And what are those phrases? Well, it's I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. So it's I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you, right? Those four phrases, when you say them, bring about a relief and peace to your mind. No matter what it is that's going on with you, no matter what's going on in your life right now, if you literally just take a second and say those things to yourself, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you, in any area, whether it's about you being upset at yourself when it comes to internet marketing, whether it's you being upset with a family member, something that happened to you last week and the other person was wrong and they're not admitting anything like that. If you're still mad about something like that, it only affects you. It only affects you. It only affects your mind, your heart, your spirit, your energy, et cetera, et cetera. So just be responsible for everything that goes on in your life, right? Be responsible for everything that goes on in your life, and you take responsibility for that. But you definitely want to pick up that book, Zero Limits. It's a great book. It'll definitely help you, right? But I want to get back to the lead gen right now. If you're struggling right now in your mindset as far as believing that you can go out and, let's just say, start bringing in 2 new people a day, right? Never mind 5, even though 5 is absolutely possible for you, right? Especially after getting on this training, all right, and getting on this hangout and really just soaking up everything that I've been sharing for however long we've been on, right? Because I lose track of time because I'm just focused on sharing and giving you as much as I possibly can, so that you can go out and get results, so you can go out and get the results you deserve, right? And of course, I can't cover everything, in this hangout, right? I don't have enough time to cover everything in this hangout, right? But I've given you a ton that you can use and implement right away to go out and start producing results. Now, if you're still struggling and you still feel like you need the mentorship and the training, right, to really go out and start producing at a high level, then I would encourage you and challenge you to plug into the Just Get Money Semen and Power Network by literally going below this video and clicking whatever button there is and just buying already, right? Just literally buying already, plugging in, getting started, taking action, us locking arms and joining forces so I can show you how to go out and start having 4-figure paydays in your business. It's very easy, my friend. It's actually easier than everything you've been doing up until this point, right? But back to leads. Back to leads. Leads are the lifeblood of your business. Leads are, that's just your reality situation, right? If you don't have any leads, you don't have new contacts, you don't have new people to talk to every single day, you're probably not making any money. And if you are making money, it's like, from people that you brought in who stay in, who are just as lost as you, and they're thinking about quitting every single day, right? I talk to networkers every single day, so I know and understand what goes on in your mind, right? What goes on every single day, because I know how to go out and find the right people at the right time and have the right offer to get in front of them that literally causes them to pull out their credit card and buy and take massive action, right, immediately, because the pain is great enough, right? So if you don't know how to generate enough traffic, right, it's more of a mindset issue, because the reality of the situation is traffic is all around you, right? This is something that I had to go through myself. I thought that I couldn't get traffic. I thought that it was incredibly hard to get traffic. I thought it was incredibly hard to get leads. And because I really would do the craziest shit in my business, right, that makes no sense to me now, that was absolutely time consuming and would leave me frustrated and pissed off and angry. And once I tapped into the belief, right, tapped into the belief and tapped into that feeling, right? Tapped into that feeling that traffic was easy to get, that leads were easy to get, that new signups every single day of my business was easy to get. That's when it happened. That's when I had the ability to just go out and find people who were hungry, ready, and motivated every single day to say, James, I want to work with you. James, I want to learn what you know. James, I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of talking to friends and family and networking all day, and no one's joining my business, and everyone's telling me no, and everyone's giving me excuse that they don't have the money, right? Even though they have a car that costs them like $500 a month in insurance in their car note, right? Like literally, this is the type of stuff. This is the type of stuff that I would hear, and I get it, right? Now, here's the thing. If you don't have a target market, right? If you don't know how to find a specific type of person, you don't know how to craft a message, right? How to craft a message for that specific type of person, you're going to struggle, right? The reason why I have an abundance of people to talk to every single day is because I know what my target market is looking for, right? I know what my target market is looking for. Because I know what my target market is looking for, I have crafted a perfect message for my target market that literally causes them to click my links, right? Visit my websites, watch my videos, listen to my Facebook posts, like my Facebook posts, share my Facebook posts, and comment on my Facebook posts. Why? Because I give them value. Because I give them what they're looking for. And because I do that, it causes them to take immediate and massive action, my friends. So listen, I've talked about marketing, I've talked about personal development, I've talked about mindset. I've given you the keys to the kingdom to go out and produce results in your business. Now what you have to do is you have to make the decision that you're going to start tapping into your confidence, you're going to start tapping into your power, and that you are going to take massive action with what it is that I've shared with you, right? Absolutely. Now, here's the reality of what's going on. There's some people watching this live, and you may be watching this on a recording because you're a paid member, right? And you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to do what I tell you to do or not. And for those of you that make the decision, right, to do what it is that I've shared with you over the course of 50 minutes, hour, whatever, right, you're going to go out and you're going to produce more results you've ever produced in your entire career. You're going to start making what you make in a week at your job in a day, right? Imagine doing that, because the first time that I did that totally changed my life. Totally changed my life, my friends. So listen, you have a couple decisions, right? Whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this recorded, you still have the ability to become a part of the Just Get Money Team and Empower Network by literally going below this video and clicking the link and getting started immediately. That way we can lock arms. That way we can get focused on what you want, my friends. So do that right now, and I will see you on the inside, my friends. Take care. Have a blessed night, and I will see you on the next training.